Welcome to this safety training film on forward tipping dumpers. Forward tipping dumpers are very versatile and highly manoeuvrable machines used for the movement of bulk materials around work sites. They are most commonly used on construction sites, but can also be useful in other industrial environments, where there is a requirement to transport materials such as soil, sand, aggregates, and other loose materials safely and efficiently. Dumper trucks can be used in many different conditions, from rough and uneven ground, on moderate slopes and inclines, and on smooth roads. There are many types of dumper trucks available, including those with wheels and rubber tyres, tracked versions for use on soft or boggy ground, and versions with articulated bodies and swivelling skips, dumpers with reversible seating, and cabbed versions which are becoming increasingly popular. In this training film, we'll be focusing on the wheeled, rigid body, forward tipping dumper truck, like this one seen here. This is the most common type of dumper truck used on construction sites today. Dumper trucks are usually classified by their maximum load carry capacity, the most common being in the range of 4 to 6 tons. However, dumpers up to 9 tons are still widely used. Mini dumpers are also available, having a footprint as small as 1 metre by 1.5 metre, with a typical load carrying capacity of up to 1 ton. Specialist high-tip dumpers are also available, designed for tipping loads into a site skip. Being a competent dumper operator involves both being familiar with the dumper and taking care of the machine itself. Safe working habits are also an integral and vital part of becoming a competent dumper operator. Operators should have a comprehensive knowledge of the health and safety regulations relevant to dumper operations in their country. Employers should ensure that their employees are competent to work safely with dumpers, carrying out loading, transporting, and discharging operations. Identifying your dumper's main components will help you become more familiar with it. The dumper has a main frame onto which all other components are mounted, such as the engine compartment, the counterweight, the rollover protective structure. This is not always just a roll bar, the operator's seat, the controls, and the skip at the front of the machine. A key factor in the safe operation of forward tipping dumpers is an understanding of the importance of stability. Most forward tipping dumpers have the engine mounted at the rear of the machine. The engine and the counterweight act as a balance to the load carried in the skip at the front. All dumpers rely on the integrity of the ground over which they travel to remain stable. Overturning can be caused by ground failure, uneven ground, travelling on slopes that exceed the manufacturer's set limits, underinflated tyres, inappropriate driving styles, inappropriate movement of the skip when discharging, and raising the dumper centre of gravity by carrying unsuitable loads. A loaded dumper will offer less stability than an empty one because the centre of gravity will be raised higher up the machine when loaded. Likewise, when using a high-tip dumper to lift the load into a site skip, the machine will become less stable the higher the load is raised. With an unevenly loaded or overweight skip, when driving up or down sloping ground, over rough terrain, or when turning, can easily cause the dumper to lose its stability and tip over. Turning at speed, or when travelling up or downhill, can be particularly hazardous. Techniques and procedures shown in this film may not be applicable to all sites and all situations, and therefore dumper operators must be able to adapt to changing conditions and procedures as necessary.